Oh, I
Or-
cough a little bit just because I'm a smoker. I'm not sick or anything like that. So.
No worries, no worries. All right, welcome everybody back to episode number 2 of On the Mic with Mike, myself, Mike. And thank you very much for coming in and tuning in tonight. If this is your first time with us, thank you for coming. Please remember to smash the like button, maybe hit the subscribe as well. And if this is your second time and you're here with us on our second stream, welcome back. Today we have the one and only YEGPLA with us.
Hey guys,
Thanks for
how's it
coming
going?
in. Thanks for coming in.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're just gonna have a small conversation kind of about your world and your world in Gunpla
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
what you've enjoyed and where you've been so far. So I know your fans are very excited to kind of hear about that, and I'm super excited to know kind of what's going on with you and what your inspirations are.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
So thank you for coming in again.
Thanks for having
Yeah,
me.
absolutely. So maybe tell me what you've been up to lately.
Lately, in terms of Gunpla or
Yeah.
my life, yeah, in
Yeah.
terms of Gunpla,
Both, absolutely.
I've been kind of playing with my RG unicorn and what's that guy called now? I'm sorry, I'm totally
That's all
blanking.
right. That's
It's
okay.
the HG guy. He doesn't have armor on the arms right there. From the newer series, like newer unicorn kind of thing.
And that's my inexperience because
Yeah.
I'm not the most up on all of the lines and stuff. I'm somebody who I kind of got into this due to my need to find something to do, right? I had a bit of
Yeah.
medical health issues.
Yeah.
Kept me inside a little bit more than I wanted, and then of course the lock-in has kept everybody inside a little more than they wanted to be, I think. So I found, actually my wife found me a kit, and it was pretty much from there I was bitten.
That's amazing.
Yeah, so I'm not the most on all the lines. I'm not the best on names, but what I do like is I like the inspiration and the things that talk to me about these kits. So what are some of the things that have led you into Gunpla, like as a child? You know, did you do modeling as a child? Was that something that you and
Yeah, a little bit when I was a kid. Nothing to do with Gunpla or
Yeah.
anything like that. I think I built like the Simpsons Homer's
Nice.
like green
Yeah.
vehicle, and
Amazing.
I think I built a Batmobile, one of the old school ones, and I think that was really it.
Like the 89 Keaton.
Yeah, the Keaton.
Oh,
yeah.
amazing. Yeah, that's my brother's dream. And I've seen a couple kits.
Yeah.
Right. I think there's man, I'm not good at names. There's a couple kits at my local hobby shop where they're definitely above my skill level, that's for sure. I would be a little worried. I haven't done anything with glue, to be honest with you. I have glue, but I have never done anything other than a snap together kit. So but they're beautiful, right?
Yeah,
the detail.
so cool.
So I love the 89. I have the Batman, the 2021.
Totally. Yeah, this is actually really cool. Like I was watching your video about it and your posts about it and stuff, and now just seeing it in person, I'm like, man, I kind of want to pick this up, you know?
Yeah, it's hard to find, but when you do, you definitely grab it. So you built a Batmobile when you were younger, and then into your teenage years, like, did you stick with it then?
No,
you lost it.
Kind of lost it. You know, my world turned into music and a lot of that kind of stuff when I was, teenager growing up.
Playing or listening?
Yeah, playing, guitar, some of that kind of stuff.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah, and then about 2016, I was, scrolling around on YouTube, and I really like, a lot of Adam Savage and Tested. That kind of
absolutely.
Stuff.
Adam Savage is awesome.
Yeah, he absolutely is. And they have this older video where they're building a perfect grade. I can't remember what it was, but they just started talking about, all these intricate designs and how they fit together.
Yeah.
And some of them said, like, I don't even watch the show or, any of the movies or anything like that. I just think they're cool robots. And I thought, wow, maybe I want to build a cool robot. Like that sounds really, really interesting to me.
Absolutely. And I think you hit on it, right? Like the detail that are on these things is insane for me too. It's not for anybody else. It's for me. I'm putting panels over this, right? And still the detail that's laying underneath there. Like I did new, and I painted his undercarriage or his like inner frame. And then I was like, but I'm covering it up, right? I actually like watched a weathering technique that I then wanted to do and used.
Yeah.
And I covered up, 98% of that. But
see that extra 2% though, when you see that poking
Right.
through, like, oh,
right.
when you get that to something that you really like, or
Yeah.
it just, there's something about that,
Yeah,
piece of detail that you've added your own detail to.
right. And you've worked at it and you surprise yourself. I know I surprise myself every single time I
Oh,
do
yeah.
something. Like I'm really nervous about it sometimes, like
Mhm.
weathering. I'll be super nervous about weathering. I don't want to do too much. I don't want to do too little. I want to just
Right.
get it like perfect.
Yeah,
And
yeah. Yeah, and I felt that too when I was first looking into like weathering stuff. Oh man, like so many people just made it look like not easy, but like they knew what they were doing,
Yeah.
and the result would be just incredible. So I've seen people do like hairspray weathering, where they'll put hairspray on, put paint
Yeah.
over top, and it'll, you can get it off with some water. I've seen people do it with salt and various things like that to wash it
Absolutely.
off.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's just it's amazing that for a similar effect,
Yeah.
there's so many different techniques that you can try out to see which one you like the best.
Yeah. That's my favorite part is like the community has come up with so many do-it-yourself ways of doing these things out of so many years, I think, of maybe being like looked over by businesses that had like some of the businesses now that are getting into this market that are crushing it with tools that look a lot like my wife's beauty tools. But
yes, yeah, absolutely.
And it's interesting to see that. Adam Savage is one of my favorites, and you're right, just he was one of the ones too. I think I watched him do the Perfect Grade RX, and that was like I just watched him kind of build this thing with a friend, and yeah, I was like, man, oh man, the detail on that thing is
there's just something about it.
It's that bug, it catches you, right? Like you snip some
it's
plastic off some runner. It seems so easy, right? Why would clipping runners and saving nubs? I see you save your nubs, right?
Yeah.
Like, why is that so damn satisfying? But it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kills me.
Absolutely.
But I love it. I get in there. I specifically cut too much off of my runners so that I have to go back and I have a nice nub collection.
Yeah. I love that. I don't even know why I started. I think I saw somebody frame their nubs. They kind of like laid them out in a picture frame, and you could see all the different colors. And I was like, well, maybe I'll save mine for something. And now it's just a paintbrush holder because it keeps
it straight up. That's amazing. And see, that's what I'm talking about. Like now you use it as a paintbrush holder, right? Recycled nubs used as a paintbrush.
Yeah.
What was your first kit?
It was the HG Gushion. I think I'm saying that right. From Iron Blooded Orphans.
Yeah.
I don't know what it was about that froggy looking boy,
but I caught you.
I saw it and I was like, this is, it's got this big hammer. Like, I want to try this one out.
Have you like figured out since then what it was? Like, what did you customize that one?
No. I straight build. My early builds, I've still kind of left them. Sometimes I'll look at them and be like, do I want to do something like this? No. I like how the paint looks bad on this, or how this, you can see nub marks and stuff like that.
Oh,
but,
yeah.
I don't know. And I guess just the way that one fit together, I was like, wow, I didn't expect, what pieces were, 2 or 3 pieces put together, maybe 2 because it's an HG, but
absolutely.
All the ways it went together, even the color scheme and all that kind of stuff. Just I thought it was so cool.
Sometimes I get like in my own head about a customization. I'm like, what makes you think that you can do better than what they've branded? Like some of their colors are so wonderfully planned out that I want to come in with my simplistic 3-tone gold because I have them, right? And it's just like Mike, give yourself a shake, right? Just like enjoy the kits. And it's been wonderful. Like I'm really enjoying kind of like building right now. I do have all of the stuff to paint, but right now I'm just enjoying just the build, and we don't use stickers. I kind of like refuse, so I'm just not a big fan of them. I don't think they do the kit justice. I honestly would just rather leave it stock than throw stickers on it. But
there is something about that stock look that just so nice.
Absolutely. Sometimes even the way the light bounces off the stock plastic versus off of like a shitty mic paint job is much better as well. I'll be honest with you, but I still tell myself, you got to paint those.
Totally.
Yeah.
what's your favorite part? Like if you're building a Gundam, what do you like the best? Like, the head, the chest, arms, legs, weapons.
Uh, I'm not the biggest on weapons, to be honest with you. They tend to be like the thing I kind of like leave out.
Yeah.
The head, I'd say. The chest is a lot of fun, especially on master grades when you're kind of building that cockpit and then around it.
Yeah.
Not too like I think legs are a lot of work. Like they tend to be the one that has the most plastic and the most unrudimentary shapes that go together to create something.
Yeah.
But I really like the head. It's simple, right? The head kind of has like a couple pieces. You put it on there, you're like looking, and that's the time I feel like I'm getting to know this kit. Like I'm actually forming a bond with my kid a little bit. I'm enjoying it, right? And so I like look at this guy and I give him a little name and I like give him a little talking to, and the wife comes in and tells me how cute he is, like, and then she does, a build, and I do the same thing for her. Man. What about yourself? Like, what's your focus, or where do you love to build the most? You have some big kits, right? So
I do have some big ones. I'm similar with you. I really like the chest and the head. Shoulders are really fun to get those on, and even once you get to the waist, once you start connecting the waist up to the torso area looking thing, that I don't know, it just feels so satisfying. Like
it's coming together now, right? It's forming something that your eye and your mind says like, oh yes, I recognize you, Transformer. I recognize you, anime series X, right? Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. I think so as well. Well, that's awesome. Like the fact that you enjoy one specific part of it so much. What do you customize with? Like, are you looking to in the future customize more? Or are you looking to stay with just painting? Where are you looking to go with that?
Like I'd always like anything. Like I always want to grow in this, try new things. So I'd really like to try to learn how to scribe stuff.
Man, but
it feels so intimidating. And I've talked to a few people about like, where should I start? And a lot of people are like, well, get these, 10
millimeter scribing tape,
like 10 different types of
scribers,
like these ones. I can't even remember the brand that everyone talks about, but
it's
they're expensive though. They're like $20 or
absolutely
like that,
they're very expensive. I find scribing absolutely something that just intrigues me. When I watch them go, there's something just so gratifying about drawing that line. Like it's that ASMR for me, I think, a little bit, right? I'm just like sitting there. I'm scared to do it though. I'm still at the point where I'm just putting kits together. I love how people are getting to the point where they're breaking them down, right? I love what I like to watch on YouTube is not necessarily all of the builds. I love these like crazy customizations where they saw a piece in half and extend an arm by like a quarter of an inch.
Yeah.
And then they do that on the other side. And yes, it's cool when you do that with a template sander, whatever you want to call it, those display ones that give you every degree. But it's super cool to me when I see the guys with just the sticks going at it and they come out with these crazy things, and then of course they scribe them. And I'd be too scared to scratch. Like I'm still so scared. I bag everything up like a psycho.
Well, that's good to like protect your stuff and bag it up, but I don't know, I felt a lot of people have it like inspire me just to try things, something new, like talking about washes and stuff like that. Well, how can I make my own wash? Does anyone have any good like recipes or anything? What kind of paints do they use? How do they thin it out, or that kind of thing? So I'll see people, dioramas. I love seeing Gunpla dioramas, like
dream to get into that.
Like not even like I leagues and leagues ahead of my
don't you think
skill set.
I don't think so. I've seen your work. I mean, I wonder.
Gunpla enthusiast, Ryan from town, that guy, he's like, if I could get like even like a quarter as good as he is, his builds just like blow me away.
Shout out to Gunpla enthusiasts. Absolutely.
God, if you don't follow him, his builds are some of the most amazing builds.
We have an amazing community here in Edmonton. Not to kind of diverge from where we were, but we have an amazing community here. We have access to some amazing kits. Do you want to talk a little bit about that? Like, how was the community when you first came into this in 2016? What was the community like in Edmonton?
I didn't really know there was a community. I was too new to know all that kind of stuff. So I think I started on Reddit looking at what people would do there. And then I think I started my Instagram, and then that kind of like, broke out to meet other people. But I also met like local people from there. Like I met Shao because of that.
Yeah, Shao. Yeah. Shao, for all of you tuning in right now, Shao is the owner of our local shop, but it's in the Hub Mall, which is a fantastic location first off. And his access to kits, paints, tools is honestly next level. Like I feel very, very thankful that I don't really have to go online to shop for things. I have a local guy who's here and he's willing to talk to me about it as well.
He'll talk to you all about that kind of stuff.
He'll take it. So is that where you buy most of your kits then, or are you online shopping?
I do some, like sometimes if I want to find like something Bandai or something that's old that really hard to find, I'll do that online. But when I buy kits, like I try to get them from Shao as much as I can.
Are you buying one kit, or are you buying like 6? Like, are you going in for a haul and the wife is like, oh man, or are you conservative? Do you?
When I first got the bug, I would go in for big hauls.
Create that backlog, right?
And at first I was like, oh man, there's just so much. I want this one, I want that one, and then I started getting into like trying to be with the release schedule too. So like, these are coming out. Okay, well, I can't afford all these, but maybe this one and that one. Like, or maybe just one MG and like a couple HGs or something like that. So and I put a lot of IBO, a lot of Iron Blooded Orphan stuff. For some reason,
that's what got
like
you
those kits. And I don't know, I feel like I've built that inner frame or inner frame for those guys like a million times.
So you don't even look at the manual anymore, right? The manual comes out of the box, you look at the cover art, you throw it to the side and you build. I'm still like, okay, grab A2 and is that your favorite line then, you'd say?
No, I still really like I don't know. I really like a lot of HG stuff. I mean, there's some amazing master grade things and perfect grades and stuff like that. But I don't know, even I think my favorite, I mean, the Iron Blooded Orphans for the most part. Like I built the most of those. I have a whole shelf just dedicated
to that.
Just those guys.
That's awesome.
Tried to paint one of their little tanks that they drive around and stuff like that. So
how'd that go?
Decent. It's basically just like one color, and I did like a couple little paint job, but nothing fancy.
I saw that you painted a couple guys, a couple of like what looks to me like master grade scale guys. And I was like, that looked good.
The one in my my master grade Origin RX-78, that one that was my first master grade, so it's still too new to know how to paint. So I actually shipped it to a guy that I knew.
Oh, nice.
He painted it for me and then shipped it back to me because I just, something about that build, I wanted him to just look as good as it could, and I wanted help for that. So
I agree. I have like a Saz there, a Saz and B master grade, and I'm actually like intimidated. Like I want to build him, right? He is like, man, oh man. I waited. I'm not big on, like, I haven't done a lot of waiting for kits to come out or doing things like that. Like I tend to, because I don't have a lot of background in the anime or any of that. I just go with things that like speak to me, and that like you know, like Zaku, like just that shoulder panel, it got me, right? It speaks like cyberpunk, totally. And so for me, that's why I grab these kits. But I'm intimidated to put him together because I know that the artistic me, or that OCD Mike won't rest until he has all the detailed up thrusters and the metal banding for his and I won't rest until that happens. However, I know that I probably don't have the skill level to pull it off to what I want, so I'm like, well, I'll do some kits, like some SDs right now, right? And I'll just like
get used to it and try to figure out some things.
Do you like high grades? Are you a real grade guy? Or master grades your absolute favorite? Or perfect grades just the way to go? Like,
I don't want to sound like cliche or anything, but I love them all.
Yeah.
Like
Nice.
I think there's a place
Yeah.
for every single one. You know, even the most skilled people out there
Yeah.
that I see, they'll make an SD, but then they'll make that thing look just shine like
Yeah.
as good as it can be, right?
Yeah.
And you know, sometimes it's fun to do that or one of those little haros. But yeah, I think like I've had the most fun building HGs.
Yeah.
And I've been
Yeah.
the most challenged by like I'd say master grades and RGs. Like I built the RG Granddaddy and that
Oh yeah.
it was hard for me when I was building it. I was like,
Yeah.
if I drop this piece, it's gone forever.
I actually believed that I had dropped this guy right here, Mark II's. This little guy, I looked around over and over and over again, and I found that I had left it attached to the nub in my pile of nubs. So
oh man,
thank goodness I went back and like went through there, but I was searching and I was like, well, like I'm not even going to take a picture of this guy. He's incomplete.
Yeah.
So I know what you're talking about. And the arms and the tightness on the inner frames, I'm scared because of course, you know, again, like I don't do anything halfway. I tend to be like just like this, oh, I'm gonna go all in. And so not only did I do a master grade Verkaw for my first kit, I made the wife do wing real grade.
Oh, real grade wing.
Yeah.
Wow.
And of course she had trouble with the arms, right? She didn't know where to bend these things, and I had no experience in the kits at all. I had no idea about the fact that these early real grade kits had a bit of a tight joint issue that you had to like work and bend in very particular ways to get it. So we have a broken arm on a wing. Well, but it leaves open opportunities, right? Like I love the idea of doing Shao, you know, again, I'm just gonna up in the store there. He has shout out to the store by NeGS if you guys have a chance. Check it out online, link in the bio. It's amazing prices on everything. Check out them. You know, I forgot what I was saying now about it.
I think we were talking about like building custom kits and when you go into
So he says, well, it's an easy fix, right? You can just, and of course I can buy some tools that I'll use
drill and pin it.
Drill and pin it, absolutely. So I can buy some tools I'm not quite like at yet. Like I actually don't have a pin vise going, but I also saw on his shelf then he had a wicked Granddaddy entry grade that somebody had made for him where it was kind of like perched up on a rock with dust in it and blowing. And in my mind, then I went, well, I don't want to copy that, but what I do want to do is that I want to do a broken down one kind of being reclaimed by nature. So get a little bit moss and stuff like that and just put a little bit of sprinkle on it and on just like a small little thing, right? And of course it works out perfect then with the broken arm because that can just be something I don't have to break now. It can also just be laying on the ground. So for me, I'm like excited about that, but that came from trial and error on some of these real grades. So the real grades for me have been a struggle for sure.
They are hard. Like you see them, you're like, oh, the scales, you know, like 144, like this should be not too bad. But then when you open up that box and you see pieces that are like, you know,
well, like I don't have the biggest hands, but they're definitely not the smallest. Like these banana hands cannot.
Even mine, like I have trouble with that kind of stuff too. So
it's tough. And the size of them, you know, you're very right. The size of some of those pieces, I thought I had seen small on like the master grade, and then I honestly thought I had seen small on the high grade, and then I did that guy and was like, wow, next level small.
Totally, My first RG was the Astray.
Oh wow,
and that was I just remember that being so cool. Oh wait, no, sorry. My first one was the Granddaddy, but the Char's version of the Granddaddy, the pink one. And so I had a crazy time with that. But then I did the Astray, and that was actually what got me into liking RGs a little bit more. Was the Astray.
Is that a newer kit, or is that still from like I think 2015 line or 2012 line?
I think it's an older one, but not like janky old. Like I think they worked some stuff out in that one. So that one wasn't, stays together. Not too bad. Not that I touch it very much right now.
Yeah, I was actually going to ask you a little bit about that. So you're like 7 years into some of your kits now. What are you finding with them, like as far as shelf life and what you're looking at these models now? Like, are they falling apart on you? You hear all these war stories, right?
Yeah, no, not a ton of them are falling apart. There's a couple that I've noticed that I've used panel liner on, like the Tamiya in the glass little jar.
Yeah.
And that's actually eaten at the plastic, not on a ton, but it'll leave cracks.
That's scary. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if you've heard of that before.
I have. Yeah.
But...
Do you undercoat? Like, because I know some people think you should always, put some primer or an undercoat underneath. I don't personally, but I do have a number of layers on there already. I tend to be, that OCD kicks in again, right? So it's like prime it, then give it its base coat, make sure that's good. Then, coat that with a clear coat, then do your paneling. When
I paint, I do that. But I don't know, there's some kits that are just like fun to build, like a little HG, and just like put only a few details and then throw like a top coat on that. And sometimes I like doing that.
I am worried to put like enamel directly onto plastic. I think I'm always weary of that.
Totally.
And I haven't yet got into the acrylic game. I'm just lacquer and enamel based right now. So I think I'd love to just panel line somebody like this. I never really thought of just panel lining it and putting it up.
Yeah.
I don't know why that never occurred to me, actually.
I don't know. And for me, it is about the kit and how I'm feeling that time, in the year, week, or whatever. And I'm building, and I'm like, well, maybe I'll just do this for now. And, maybe I'll get some decals and bring them in and, try to work out. Because a lot of my builds, like I just like to build the whole thing, and then try to figure out what I want to do with it
after. I think and that's the experience. I tried to just figure out what I was going to do before building the first couple kits, and then I was like, no, man, this is a lot more fun going about it this way.
Totally. I was going to ask if you when you build something, do you have like a overall vision for how you want it to go?
Unshakable sometimes, actually, like where I should get off of it and I don't. But what can you do, right? That's what happened in New. Like I was like, no, I'm going to paint this guy with rattle cans the exact same. Like I'm going to go out and I'm going to find a blue, and I'm going to find the perfect yellow, and and then I'm going to rattle can spray him, and I'm going to and then not happy with the outcome. Now I actually I look at them, and then I'm trying to and I enjoy the kit for what it is, absolutely, but I'm trying to enjoy the kit for the kit. And not thinking about that next step on it. Like I really, I found with the first couple, I kind of didn't enjoy some of the things that I should enjoy. And of course being first one in nub marks that aren't where I want them to be and things like that. But now I don't as much. Do you see a kit and think, hey, you know what, this one's going purple and an accent yellow, throwing them up beside RX and that's the way it's going? Or are you
actually sometimes I will. Sometimes I'll see like a kit or some kind of a model that could be really cool with this type of coloring, maybe this is gloss and this part can be like matte, and just come up with a few ideas like that. And other kits I'll just buy because I think the design's cool, and then after I build it, I kind of almost get this feeling of like, oh, maybe I want to custom this more, or maybe want to keep it kind of true to where it is, like the Moon Gundam, HG Moon Gundam. So many cool customs out there. Even the other day I was just looking to see like what people have custom made it, but the more I looked at it, I'm like, it just looks so cool, like even with like
some design
small details. Even one of my favorite like small changes to a kit that I think made a good like a bit of a difference is I got the HG Origin, so the newer and all I did was take some yellow paint the V-fin yellow. And I loved it. I was this is it. This is the move for this guy.
But isn't that part of it? We all hear about like artists that can't restrain themselves, right? Like they can't edit. They can't say enough is enough, right? And I think I love that about you, that you're like, you know what, just a kiss of paint on that, and that was perfect. Versus me, where I'm like, no, is every inch properly painted? And I'm loving getting to that point. What do you do when you're building? Like when you're at home and you're actually like building, and you're like, okay, honey, I'm going to, like, is your son down there with you? Is he
Yeah, he'll come
playing,
down
and your
sometimes.
dog with you as well?
No, I don't let my dog in
No,
there.
no.
I only let, like, I have 3 kids, right?
Nice.
So my son
Yep.
and 2 younger daughters, I'll only bring them in there all together when it's like I'm not doing like making something. I just
Yeah.
want to let them like look at stuff
Yeah.
and play with things a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, when I'm building, you know, I got my headphones on. I'm either listening to music or a podcast, or, you know, I don't know, watching someone else talk about Gunpla. I'll listen to, like, you know, just all that kind of
So
stuff.
you just kind of, you got the headphones on, you're zoning. And I tend to be, I watch like weird TV shows, YouTube videos, things like that. I don't do a lot of music, to be honest with you, when I'm playing, or building, but I know a lot of people tend to really get into it. And that's always interesting to me, but music isn't necessarily my biggest. Like I'm a visual media
like that,
guy. Yeah, absolutely. So like movies play a big role in my life. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
as well.
absolutely. Yeah, me too. Yeah, we're big on movies at home as well.
Absolutely. Yeah. So are you still buying kits, or are you now working on your backlog?
I'm working on my backlog a lot. The last thing I bought was like thinking Evangelion.
Oh, those
figure, not the RG ones, but just like a figure from the rebuilds. And I guess right now I'm saving up to get Unit 00 because I want to get that one.
Isn't that amazing? Yeah, like I don't know much about it, but I see them, and again, Tony was like, you need to get one of those guys. Like, she loves that design, and I love it. Like the tall, sleek, like slender.
Yeah,
it's amazing. And I love all the like the action bases they have for them. I just, that line coming into it again from the outside, and just seeing how they're marketing from a blind side, they're hitting that heavy, right? It is going hard. There's multiple manufacturers with multiple lines of it. Fantastic design, though. I love it, and it's something that I want to get into.
Yeah, sure. It's one of my favorite designs to do, like apart from just Gunpla, but into like other, you know, series and stuff like that. It just, something about that design, that purple and that green on there, with the orange.
I've seen a red and black one, I think, and then like a almost fully blacked out one.
There's some really I'd highly suggest like picking up a Unit 1 and trying that out.
I'm excited.
Really cool. Yeah.
I see them all the time. I've made some other decisions. What's in your backlog? Like what are some surprises? What are some things people might be surprised are in there? Like a big Tony 1/72 scale or something like that, right?
I have nothing like that. No. I have a PG Zeta that I bought off somebody in Edmonton. They made it and just didn't like it. So I'm in the process of like cleaning it up. You know, it spent like, you know, a few weeks sanding down just one of the hands and stuff because there's a bunch of like nubs and stuff. But that's been fun for me.
Reclaiming an old kit.
Which is kind of neat. Some people might say like I would never do that, but
I'd love to do that actually. I mean, that'd be an interesting project for sure. See where somebody left off. And
but maybe, you know, I backlog. I have do you know the movie Porco Rosso?
I don't know.
By Ghibli or Ghibli, however you say that.
Oh yes, I do. Yes, Ghibli Studios or Ghibli Studios, correct.
The pig that drives the plane. I have the plane that he has, but I just haven't built it yet.
And is that like the next one that you think you're gonna do? Like, I'd love to see it. I'm jealous. That is amazing.
Maybe for that one. As soon as I saw it, I was like, I gotta figure out the red for that plane. I want that to look perfect. I want the colors to match.
So that's one that's getting that for you. That's saying like, you know, it's got to be painted perfect every square inch of it.
And I don't know why. I don't feel like I've gotten that like detailed about a lot of other kits that I've done, but for some reason that one I just like.
I love the passion on that one. So where does that come from? Like, where's the passion on that one? Childhood, well, I mean, maybe not childhood, but a favorite movie. Was that something that like you watched and you were like, because I know those tend to be movies that get people into those type, like they're genre transcending. They transcend Western, movies, and they come here and they make a huge impact and have a huge following, right? And so
absolutely, yeah.
it's
And that one, I just my brother suggested it to me,
excellent.
and he said he really loved it, so
Yeah.
I watched it, and I was like, this is such a like weird, awesome
like
story. Like it's so cool. Yeah, if you hadn't seen it, or if anyone out there hasn't seen
check it out. I think they have like Ponyo as well,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
a whole bunch of other ones. They're an
My
amazing
kids actually
studio.
really like that.
Yeah, it's an amazing studio. Well, awesome. Like I can't believe I'd have that guy out and building it. Something like that. Yeah. Like I look at the Dragon Ball Z. I love Dragon Ball Z, and I look at some of those characters, and I'm just like, it's just amazing the way that they can capture some stuff in the plastic. To me,
those smaller kits. Have you seen those? I think I have like 2 or 3 of those. Yeah, I got the bus, the motorcycle.
I saw the Goku with the on the motorcycle or whatever it was.
That's another one that I wanted to learn how to get a good like skin tone, like
I guess
anime,
so, yeah.
You know, because it's all just like one color almost.
Yeah, and you know what? I think with these guys, of course, you're putting multiple pieces together. Those are like a little bit larger scale, so they have some I don't know what the technique is. Maybe it's stickers, or maybe they've actually painted them prior. So like when you take them off, if you're gonna cover up the face, they've already painted with the accurate eyes and the shape and all of that. You got to be good to do it. I think I would just leave them stock as well.
Yeah. If it was one of the like bigger, nicer ones, I would. But these cheaper ones, I think they're all just one color. So I was like, I have to do something with this. I can't just leave it.
Oh, they're like a resin build. Like they're all just
no. They came out. Was it Bandai that made them? I think so. But yeah, they're just these. They come in a small like little box, like that. And it's mostly just one color. It comes with stickers, but it's really something I think, you know, even a beginner person can learn how to paint and give you some details.
Amazing.
Yeah, they're cool. Maybe I'll build one of those.
I saw that you like, the wife calls them her teeny tiny collection, and I'm gonna butcher the name when I say it here. The Kobo Kayashi line, or
Kobo Kayashi line? Oh, you should show me. I want to see them.
I will. You know what? I don't think I have them here. Yeah, I'm just butchering the name now on it. It's just, right there she is. I knew I had her in here. Yeah, the governor. So this is part of the wife's teeny tiny collection.
I love that.
Yeah. And have you worked with any of these guys?
No, but I want to try one out now.
These were an interesting build. These had the smallest pieces I've ever.
They did?
Easily, yeah. You pin those arms together, so like the arm comes off, and then there's a pin.
It goes right,
and you just like put it through. Yeah, you have to pin it together like a scarecrow, or But they're amazing, and like that little mask gives me. I had one person I say it gives me memories of Rob Zombie movies, like House of a Thousand Corpses. And I was like, man, I can't, like, I gotta turn her head now when I walk by to go to the bathroom in the middle of the night.
Oh, that's so neat. I wanna get these.
You can pick those up at Nee. He's got them.
Nee. Oh man. I'm gonna have to talk to Shows.
Yeah, talk to Shao. They're an interesting build for sure. Yeah. But of course, you know, now she's hooked on them. Now she wants more of these guys. She's really enjoying the SDs. So anything else surprising in your backlog? Like,
I have, you ever watch Interstellar?
Oh, yes.
The one like smaller rover ship. I have that sitting there just waiting to be built.
You happen to have, do you know how rare that is?
No, not at all.
I just want to be clear. You have like the Ranger 2 or whatever it's called.
Yeah, I think it's the Ranger 2.
Yeah.
And it comes with like even a stand to make it straight up and stuff.
Yeah, they haven't made that kit since I think like 2017.
That's probably
is it a Morpheus kit that you have?
I'd have to look now.
Might be butchering. You know, and not to say that you get rid of this thing. Hold on to that thing tightly. I have looked on eBay 100 times for that kit because I'm a huge Christopher Nolan fan. I am all about it. I love McConaughey. I think you know the renaissance after the rom-coms has been wonderful for me. One of my favorite movies, the cinematography in that is absolutely outstanding, right? Like
it's incredible. Even the story. Like I really love the story.
Playing with time and bending it, right? Yeah.
Yeah, love science fiction. So I mean, I guess
Absolutely.
that fits in good with Gunpla as well.
It does, and I'm sure that's where you can see those influences starting to line up, right? Tars. I love Tars. I can't find a Tars model anywhere, but if I did, I would be all over that. And let me tell you, just a rectangular block now is no longer the monolith from 2001 Space Odyssey to me anymore. It's now Tars. It's now what I see, right?
Yeah, I actually yeah, I looked online when I got that kit to try to find, if there's like a Tars that you can get for it. And I saw people making them.
I was gonna say you might have to just make it out yourself, right?
Yeah, but
that kit is like, I don't know. I've looked on eBay and stuff like that for it. And they want some money for it. It's not and it's sought after. So hold on to that guy tight, because I would build it right away. You have some amazing kits in your backlog just waiting to go.
There are some good ones. Like even right now, like my next master grade that I want to finish is Uma Lightning's Gelgoog, like that white and blue one. So that's in various stages of being done right now. I think I have the chest and the arms done right now, but I love the look of that too, and that launcher that it comes with, that like four, I think that's really neat.
I think it's yours, the Psycho Zaku, because I saw you holding that box, and wow. Like, have you put that one together? Is he sitting in your backlog still?
Yeah, he's a never-ending work. I remember
that kit killed me. Yeah,
it's just, and I know people say like that giant tank at the back, it's like but it's so cool to me, and I love Thunderbolts. That was one of the first like Gundam shows that I watched, and I just I loved it. It was so good.
Yeah, the design on that one, just like, and I'm not the biggest, like I said, on weapons, but I do like a big chunky look. So for me, that totally utilitarian look that comes with it is amazing to me. I'm not, kits that aren't really utilitarian don't necessarily speak to me so much. The ones that like I look at it and I'm like, oh yeah, like you could see the thought. That I think that's why I like Verka so much. It's just because of the realism and the real grades. I like that real grade look at them. Not saying that I found the high grades that I've built haven't necessarily been lacking that, but there are some kits that I just haven't chosen that I feel like might.
Absolutely, yeah.
It's so big, so chunky, so in your face. It's almost like smacks you. It's the first thing you see, and then of course the shoulder pads and the color. Like, it's an iconic one for me. It's one of those ones that I don't have any idea about where it comes from, but boy, oh boy, I would love to get a chance to build that kit.
Yeah, that's actually one of the kits that I've done the most, like trying to customize stuff. That's why I haven't even built the back tanks yet. I'm basically just have the main mobile suit done, and on his shield I put these like mechanical like almost like grabbers kind of thing. They look really like
you made those yourself?
Kind of thing. Resin. I got them from Simp. They're called Simp.
Nice.
I can't remember what Simp stands for, but yeah, they do some resin stuff. And I got even a master grade like Char's long gun. I got one of those from them that I still need to put together and stuff like that. But,
how's working with the resin parts?
It's hard. It's hard. I'm very used to styrene, and when I build that kind of stuff, it's just like, oh, my blade just cut this exactly the wrong way, and can I use my nippers in the same way? So there's a bit of a learning curve.
Absolutely.
Some of that stuff doesn't look perfect, but for how I've done it, I really like it. I like the way it looks.
Do you have any photos gone to Instagram of those ones? I mean, I scrolled back pretty far, but I'm like, I want to see. I'm a fan first, right? I want to see what you've done with that now that you're telling me about it. Man,
maybe I should post some pictures of it.
Please do. I know I'd love to. I know your fans would love to see some pictures of that. Like, seriously.
It'd be a lot of fun. Yeah.
Iconic kit, amazing builder. I'd love to see what you do with that thing.
And I think, like, other than Granddaddy, like Zaku's, for some reason they just they all look so cool to me. All of them, like high mobility, space type ground, like all of that, different chest doors and all that kind of stuff. Like, I just
For me, you know what I think I flash on right away with them is a little bit of Star Wars, right? I think like it just hits me kind of in that like oversized armor, but still you can see anatomically what's the arms. You can see anatomically like a helmet, and then it gets like a cyberpunky feel to me. It's just so rock star, and I think that is one of the things that speaks to me most about it. Is like it's a rock. It's a rock star, but it is what I would expect to see in like a Judge Dredd universe of like an autonomous, cop that answers to him and walks around. That is what I see, like something that has a bit of edge to it, right?
Totally. And that one single eye.
So that's a design they nailed, right? Like inspiration, whoever did that, man, just give that guy a raise, right? He comes in with a napkin and throws it down, and somebody laughs at him. They're like, what's with the shoulder spikes? Yeah, what's with the shoulder spikes? It's one of the most popular. Absolutely. I mean, the amount of kits. I have my Zaku back there, and I haven't taken them on yet, but I'm excited to. I have so many I want to do. Like I can't even decide what's next.
Do you have like a dream kit or something?
Oh, absolutely. The perfect grade.
Perfect grade, yeah.
And also, again, I don't even know the name of it. It's a high grade. It's green, and it has the 4 arms that come down, and they're like shields with yellow circles on it. It's in the window of knee. It's a beautiful kit. I gotta get better with the names. It's not my strong memory suit, but those are my perfect grade granddaddy.
Yeah,
I really want to do him. Like I've never done metal etching, but I understand it has a little bit in it, and I don't want to buy a Bandai LED kit, but I do want to like insert an LED kit. So there are things about that one that I look at, and I would love to pick it up. It's a bit of a obligation though, right? Like when I spend $30 Canadian on a kit, I'm pretty happy with that. If I spend $400 Canadian on a kit, it's going to represent something maybe a little bit more. And
totally,
it's hard to pull the trigger on that one when there's so many fantastic kits. Like I haven't even built a Granddaddy Origin or anything like that, right? And like I want to do a master grade Granddaddy.
Yeah, that one is seriously like I know a lot of people love the 3.0.
Yeah, I was actually going to ask you, where do you sit on the 0.0s, right? Are you a get an original? Are you 2.0 to die, or
Zaku's 2.0 to die? Yeah 100%. Granddaddies, like all the previous designs are all very cool. Like one, there's what's the one that's like a little faded out? Is that I want to say 1 Year War, but I'm probably wrong.
It might be 1 Year War, because I only know because of paint colors, but I believe that is the 1 Year War edition.
Yeah, I like that. So some of those designs are really cool, but
the pastels almost.
The origin, just that one. If I had to like pick again, I'd 100% pick the origin over the 3.0.
You would. Hey, I mean, I think the origin is the one I see least. I've seen the 2.0 in the last few months. I've seen a 3.0, but I haven't seen an origin. I think if I did, I would probably jump on it. That's a cool. Actually,
the newest version of the Master Grade Origin comes with like the blue poster of the diagram, and like something else that's really cool. And I was like, I can't buy this again just to get the poster.
But you can. Like, can you ever have too many granddaddies?
I guess not. No.
What is the kit that you own the most of? Like the design? Do you have any like duplicates, triplicates?
I have a couple IBO duplicates. Granddaddy, I think Granddaddy might be the most. Like I have some of the earlier ones that I haven't built yet, just little guys. And I bought a few Granddaddy Exceed heads when those came out. Love those. I bought a ton of Zaku ones.
That's a wonderful one to buy, right? That's like. And again, not super easy to find. Like you have a bit of stuff that isn't necessarily easy to replace or to find, right?
And some of it, like the G Savior, I bought that a long time ago, and it just sat on my shelf because I was doing other projects and stuff like that.
Everybody here, I'm gonna flex a little bit.
The Great Canadian Gundam.
Yeah, absolutely. Chris brought this in for me as a gift, and I can't say thank you enough. I'm gonna be building this guy instantly as soon as we're done here tonight.
But even seeing that guy when I bought him, I was just like, this looks kind of like weird and like Gundam, but kind of different. And
Yeah.
it's like, I'm just gonna pick this up and hold on to it for a while. Maybe I'll build it, whatever. But
So without like prying too much, what does your backlog look like? Like if you just had to put a number on it and maybe like
maybe like 15 kits,
okay,
maybe
and,
less than that. Yeah.
and ranging all Gunpla, or are we starting to get
Oh,
into
yeah.
I know you've got some other ones as well, but are those the only two that you don't have that are Gunpla? Like is everything else primarily Gundam based?
Yeah. Everything else is Gundam based. I'm trying to think of all like the stuff. I have some HGs in there. I have some like smaller, like really cheap kits in there. Some classic HG, like or maybe not even HG, first grade or whatever they call them.
Yeah.
Have a bunch of those to do. I think I have some. I have a master grade Char's Gundam or Zaku, but it's the clear color one, not mechanical clear, but like clear pink and stuff like that. So
what do you think of the clear kits versus like maybe that's a two-part question. Design wise, what do you think of them? Technically wise, what do you think of them? Like plastic wise?
At least for me, clear kits are very hit and miss.
Yeah.
Some of them I'll be like, that's really cool. I wanna buy that. Like when the RG Sinanju, when I saw the clear kit, I was just like, I want that. I want to see all those crazy details underneath and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so they're hit and miss. Some of the HG ones I think look real silly, but to each their own, right? Yeah. And working with them, it's a lot harder. Like I don't use all my nippers on them. I try to use a lot of like hobby knife stuff to make them. But
I'm assuming sandpaper is your enemy on them, right? You don't even want to come near them. So
it is like I've seen people, take those and sand them all the way up back to clear shiny and stuff like that. I'd be like, I do not have the talent, time, or patience for something like that.
Yeah.
At least now. But
with 3 kids and like a full family, no. I mean, some people really do go hard on the sanding. I'm a lazy sander. I always have been. I tend to use nippers and then a hobby knife to go at it.
That's my process too. If I feel like I need to, I'll sand that a little bit and stuff. But I try to get most of it off. Nippers, closer nippers, and then hobby knife.
All right. So flex time. What are your nippers? What are you using?
Right now I'm using Tamiya sharp pointed.
Yeah.
It's a pair I've had for years now, and it just as good as it was when I got it.
Yeah.
And I'm on my second pair of God hands.
That's number 2, everybody, and there's a reason why. They're fantastic, but they're delicate, right?
They're delicate, and that question comes up a bit. Like,
absolutely,
are they really worth the money? And I'd say, like, if you're newer, like, don't even worry about it. Like, my very first ones were like not the nail clipper kind, but like the cheapest type of nipper you could get.
The entry grade. Those are my everyday driver. I tell people all the time, right? And of course, you can chase tools all day long, but honestly, it's kind of like everything. The one that you have is going to get the job done, right? You're going to be okay.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I did my first kit with like a red pair of Crescent circuit board cutters from Home Depot.
Oh yeah,
right. And I didn't like them.
Mm-hmm.
Right, they put a lot of stress and a lot of pieces flew away.
Yeah.
But you know what? I made it through. We were okay, right?
Totally,
and
even with the best nippers, pieces
people fly all the time.
The abyss. Yeah.
We make the videos, and of course, it's like searching for pieces. So I agree with you on that one. You know, if you're a newbie, you just get a pair of nippers, right?
Totally.
I've had to use nail clippers for a couple pieces before. It wasn't ideal, but it did work out.
Yeah, and I think that's actually something that's really cool about this hobby is that you don't need the best of the best. To do something that you'll really like.
Really love. I agree with you on that. Like it catches you, and then you're just like gone with it. So what comes next for you? Like what does the next little bit look like? Do you have dream projects that you're going to put together? Do you have a whole bunch that are going to be finishing up at a time?
A little bit of like kit bashing with a couple kits that I want to try out a little bit. The master grade Gelgu that I'm doing.
Yeah.
That'll probably be the next like full kit that I get out,
Yeah.
and then probably do some more stuff on that Psycho.
Nice.
Yeah,
That's exciting. Yeah.
that'll be fun. And I have like one of those clear little SD Zetas that I was just sitting there, and I'm like, I kind of want to build that.
Yeah.
So probably a mix of that.
A mix of that,
and
anything like dream project that you're still holding out on, because you got, like I said, and I've seen your pictures of your lab on Instagram. Like you have some nice pieces and some nice ones in backlog. So anything you're coveting still?
Yeah, actually, one kit the Shao has the O.
Okay.
I always thought that design is so neat, and it'd be so much fun to build it. I don't think I'd try to custom it because I don't have that kind of talent. But just to build that thing, have that big, chonky looking guy sitting on the shelf, that'd be a lot of fun. Yeah,
I think that would be a showstopper for sure, right? That's totally a talking piece. You pull that out and put it on the coffee table during Christmas morning, right? Everybody asks you what's going on. Well, that's awesome. Was there anybody you wanted to shout out to? Was there anybody you wanted to thank, or kind of?
I mean, there's so many people that I know and that I talk to, people that have been supportive of me during like mental health stuff online that I just know I've never met in person, but all those people, like, I don't know, they know who they are.
Yeah, they know who they are, right?
They
know who they are and what they've done.
Totally. I actually, maybe I'll shout out the Cerulean project.
Okay, nice.
They're on Instagram. They do a lot with gunpla, model building, and mental health.
Excellent.
Really great.
Mental health is a huge part of it.
Totally. Sure. And then gunpla enthusiast. We already talked about him.
Absolutely.
Shout him out. And Shao. Shao. Yeah. Yeah, that guy is a big reason why I'm into this hobby, and so I'm always very thankful for how he's treated me, and how we gotten to know each other.
He's always treated me with the utmost respect. He's always treated me very, very well, given me nothing but his time. Yeah, he's an amazing guy. So shout out to Niji as well.
Yes.
Well, thank you so much for coming on again. I appreciate it. I know your fans are very excited to have gotten a chance to sit down and listen to some of your favorite things and kind of what's coming up for me in the future.
Totally.
I'd love for you to come back if you would. Awesome. I know you live here in the city with me, so it's pretty easy. And maybe next time I'll come over and give my fans a quick run of maybe a little bit of a show on your room for you. We can make a bit of a thing for it.
I'll have to clean up a little bit before you get
No worries. Hey, don't worry about that. We'll make it quick. Well, everybody, thank you so much for joining me again for episode number 2. Great guest, YEG. We're going to make some amazing kits here. We're going to get into the Savior now tonight. I'm going to make him show me some of his skills and stick around for some pizza. It's been tough. Take your time. If you're building a kit with us, enjoy. I hope you're fulfilling that kit and you're getting to your most. If you're not building a kit and you're just listening, thanks for joining in.